Peace and abundance. What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to get into a few things this week and share with you some great experiences, some insight as to my week. But first, if you are not already subscribed to this channel, let me introduce myself. Let me share with you exactly who I am, what I do. My name is Peter Abundant, aka Dr. Abundant. I am a teacher of spirituality, metaphysical sciences, and what I do is I help take practical spiritual principles and help you to ultimately see who you are, the true essence of who you are, and help you to come into the realization that you are a creator of your own reality. So I help you to set goals, to achieve ideas, to tap into your passion and your truth. Now, I have had maybe not over, but about 30 years of experience in spirituality, me studying it myself and eventually taking the ownership as to my purpose and recognizing that this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to share with you to support you in recognizing that you are more than what you think. So my goal is to share with you through, things like this YouTube channel, things like my books, which are all available on Amazon, and just give you some better levels of insight, levels of education, give you a different perspective on how to deal with life, to recognize that life isn't happening to you, but is happening from you, to take the ownership of how your life is going and to direct it and make sure that it goes exactly how it's supposed to for you and understanding what that means. And so I, address different things like emotions, different things like recognizing your relationship with other people, how other people are essentially a reflection of yourself, seeing that you are one with the universe, that you are not separate from the universe, from the infinite source, from AKA God, that you are in fact the creator of your universe. Not to say that you are the creator of the universe, even though that can be a deeper, much deeper conversation to be had. But ultimately, we need to start with you recognizing that you create your individual universe, meaning the universe that you experience, that you see through your perspective and your point of view, right? Through your consciousness. So ultimately, I talk about various things from consciousness versus ego, recognizing that they are sometimes at odds with one another, but in truth, they are two halves of the complete whole of who you are, and recognizing how to actually manage the ego in support of you recognizing your purpose. So today what I want to do is I just want to share insights with you. Usually my video format is a bit different, where I'm in the studio, which is like right behind me, which is a nice little corner in my room where I record, and it's very formal, kind of like talking head style, where I share with you whatever insights is channeled through me. A lot of times those things are outlined for me weekly, where I address a particular topic for the week, and I just break that down into a series of 5 videos. That's what I've been doing lately. And a lot of those videos eventually turn into books, right? They eventually turn into something that you can not only watch and listen to, but you can also read, and that will reinforce the information. Because many of us we learn through a multitude of different ways. Sometimes we learn by listening because it's very convenient, but to really own the information, to really receive it in your subconscious mind, you have to take it in different ways. Okay, so that's what I offer. Also, my blog, which is drabundant.com, is free and available to you. Feel free to go and subscribe. You will get daily newsletters on information that I also share in my videos. So my videos is me kind of speaking from, being inspired, channeling the information from the source, which is one with myself, right? And really taking it, fine-tuning it, putting it in the blog in connection to the audio and the video in my blog, so you can get all of the things there. So feel free to go to drabundant.com. So first thing is first. A couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, I shared with you the release of my book, one of my books called The Creator, Manifestation, The Art of Life. And this book I promoted this book on Amazon Kindle for free for a week. And this is something that I will be doing with all of my books. Recognize that I will be writing a lot of books. A lot of books are based on the lectures and the videos. So recognize if you wonder, how is this guy writing so many books? That's how. I turn this content into, books in order for it to really, again, like I said, be a different way for you to receive the information, to absorb it and really affect you and your life. So this book, though, is a personal favorite of mine, okay? If there was one book that I can say encapsulates manifestation, how it works, and understanding it, it is this book. And I offer this book on Amazon for free as the Kindle version. And for those of you who have downloaded this book and read it, what I would invite you to do, and I ask you to do, is please leave a review for this book. Now, that being said, I'm going to be releasing another book on Kindle Amazon this Friday, which would be, this Sunday, which will be December 1st, this Sunday, okay? Which when I release this video, it'll be this day, today, okay? This book here, Awakening the Mind, Unlock Your Inner Consciousness and Achieve Personal Growth. This book is the first book that I decided to turn my lecture series into a book. And this book really breaks down consciousness in relationship to ego. Okay. Very important book. It's a nice quick read. It will be free on Kindle. So if you do not have a Kindle tablet, you can download the Kindle app on your phone for free and then find this book, okay, by me, Peter Abundant. Again, the name of the book is Awakening the Mind, Unlocking Your Inner Consciousness and Achieve Personal Growth. Peter Abundant. You can download this book for free starting December 1st to, I believe, December 5th. For 5 days, this book will be free on Kindle. And I will be doing this with every book that I write. What I want you to do is I want you to get access to this book for free. Okay. And then in a couple of weeks, I will remind you to leave a review for this book. And then every couple of weeks, I'm going to be releasing another book. If you are new to my channel, you should know I create videos every single weekday. Now, with this video in this format, it's going to be pretty much 6 days a week. I am creating content videos and I'm sharing it. Those weekday videos are strategically made to address particular topics that I think is very important for you to understand and think about. These are not like, hard workshop kind of seminar retreat topics. These are topics that you can take and you can receive them in a way that you can conceptualize them, and they will over time shift how you perceive life, shift how you perceive who you are, right? Because I'm making them every single day. So with the course of you listening, you watching, you reading, over the course of time, you will understand the significance of your mind, your choices, your decisions, and truly your power. So again, review this. Please leave a review for this book if you have not already on Amazon. If you downloaded this book, at some point I'm going to make it free again. But for now, this one is now currently free on Amazon Kindle. Okay, it will be free for 5 days. So I will be reminding you to download this book. It is a nice quick read, so you don't have to feel like, well, I don't know if I have time to read it. You read a chapter a day. It's not even broken up into chapters, that's right. So you can read a section of it, a few sections a day, and you can be done within a week or two. So we'll get back to this later, but Today, I want to talk about a special insight and lesson that I really think is important for you. Now, I just ran a half marathon yesterday by the time this video was recorded. I ran a half marathon. This is my third half marathon. And I've been spending a lot of time training for it, even though initially my plan wasn't to do this half marathon a month ago. I've been really training for a full marathon, which I'm doing in March. I'm working my way up with the running, and my initial goal, or my true goal, is to run ultra marathons, which is like 100 miles plus. So anyway, I'm working my way up, and by chance, I ran into a guy who helped me out as far as he told me about this half marathon happening. I registered for it, and so I was like, okay. Last month, I was like, okay, I guess I'm running a half marathon. Let's do it. And changed up my training a little bit, alternated from running one day to walking on an incline treadmill the next day, which is, I would tell you, is an amazing technique of training when you're training for marathons. And so anyway, I came in with no expectation, right? What I've learned is, even though you are spending time training for a thing, right? You are training for an event, you are training, or you are practicing to launch a business, or you are, practicing communication and vulnerability for a relationship. You are doing the things to eat, to train to lose weight or to bulk up, whatever the case may be. There is a process where you're working, you're putting in the work. And sometimes putting in the work means that we tend to get attached to a particular outcome because that's what we're training for, right? We're training for a particular outcome. Now, here's the thing, though. When it comes to events, right, like actual events where it's like the day is here and you've trained for this day, I want to say that the best thing to do is to let go of all expectation. Let go of, oh, this is what I want to happen. Instead of being attached to a particular outcome of what you think is supposed to happen or what you want to happen, the best thing to do is let go of all expectations and just simply be in the moment and trust the training that you put in. Just trust the training that you put in. Because when you trust the training that you put in and you put in the hours, you put in the effort, you put in the muscle memory, right? You put in the mental subconscious programming. You just simply have to allow that to take over and be in the moment, right? Have fun, because the training will come through. But as long as you're in your mind trying to create a exact duplicate of what you envisioned, a lot of times you will stop yourself from actually experiencing something even better, you see? And then you will pull yourself away from being present and enjoying the moment for what it is, right? So I'm running this half marathon and I had no expectation. I told myself, listen, I'm going to treat this half marathon like I would a regular training run day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply run. When I feel like stopping, I'm going to stop and I'm just going to walk a little bit. And then I'm just going to run. I'm not going to push myself to the point of breathing out of control, right? Just hyperventilating and feeling like I'm going to die. All right. You don't want to have that feeling when you're doing an event like this, even though plenty of people will take themselves there. But my understanding as somebody who used to be a fitness coach, somebody who is enthusiastic about fitness and training, I understand that finding your pace and finding your zone, right? When I talk about consistency and the importance of it being sustainable, this is again going back to that. You have to make sure wherever you are, wherever you're going and whatever you were trying to achieve or looking to achieve, you have to make sure that you're at a consistent pace where you are working, but you're comfortable and you can just simply coast that wave the whole entire time until you get to the final destination of achieving and materializing that which you want. So I told myself, okay, I'm just going to treat this like a regular training day. Okay. 13.1 miles I got to run. All right, let's do it. So let's just focus on running the 1 mile, the first mile. Run that. Okay, I feel good. 1 mile, that's not bad. Okay, 2 miles. Okay, didn't stop. All right, let's go. 3 miles. Next thing I know, 4 miles, 6 miles comes up. Feeling good. Feeling like my breathing is under control. Feeling like I'm not pushing my pace. What I was concerned about was the hills, because in Atlanta here, though it's not the most hilly place, there is still some hills, especially places where they do these marathons, right? In the city. So there are some good hills, significant enough that you'll feel it, especially if you're gassed out. So what I had to do was, what I kept in mind was that I had to be present in the moment. What a lot of people do, and it's a tendency to run 1 mile, right? You start the process of going somewhere, of working towards something. Soon as you start to feel a little bit of difficulty, people tend to already go from being in the present moment to thinking about the destination, thinking about the finish line, and then saying, oh my God, I have all this to go through. I'm starting to feel it after mile 1, right? After month 1, after, just simply taking the first steps. And I'm starting to feel the struggle. I'm starting to feel the obstacles. I'm starting to feel the challenge of it. I'm starting to feel the quote unquote difficulty of it. And it's already becoming difficult. And I'm just started. So now I have to get all the way to the end. And people are already psyching themselves out. You're already talking yourself out of success. The key is to be in the present moment. You already started the journey, right? The marathon, just like anything else. Once you set the event, once you set the mindset, the environment, and you're saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is what it is. Just like when I started the marathon, I knew once I got there, once I got my number, once I got my shirt, once I got and walked the start line, I knew I was going to make 13.1 miles. That's what I came here to do. It wasn't even an option to be like, all right, well, maybe I'll stop. Whether I'm running or walking, I am going to finish. That's just understood. So with everything else that you start, recognize that. Don't think about how long it's going to take. Don't think about trying to be the fastest in the world. Those things are insignificant and not important. Just recognize that the success of it, meaning the finish of it, meaning you getting through the finish line, it is at the start line. In your mind, it is at the start line. So the key, though, to deal with the difficulty of, okay, I'm having difficulty breathing. Okay, oh my God, another hill, is simply being in the present moment. So what I did was, and it's something I learned with training. When I'm running, most people would think to run and look straight, okay? You're looking straight and you're essentially seeing how far you have to go. And to me, it can be very discouraging because you're seeing how far you have to go, and you feel like you're not moving in relationship to that road, that hill, okay? But if you just look down a little bit and you stay within a few feet as far as what you visually can see, you stay within a few feet, you're tilting forward a little bit. So when you're thinking about your head to your spine, you're keeping those things kind of straight, right? But they're straight and you're tilting forward. That's what running is. Running is basically tilting forward and you're hopping to catch your balance. Essentially, that's what running is. So when you are tilting forward to move forward, keep your face kind of downward, rather than looking straight ahead in front and seeing all that you have to do. Stay present in the moment, focus in on just a few feet around you. And then all you're doing is being present in that moment. So every time I was tempted to think about how much I had to go left, all I did was think about just take 5 steps. Just take this one step, take this one step, take another step, take another step. Relax my body. Breathe and relax. Breathe and relax. Enjoy the moment. Look around sometimes. And sometimes I had to look straight. But most times I would kind of look around and sightsee as if I was walking. And then you just want to be in that space of, okay, cool. I'm looking around, a lot of beautiful, amazing people around me as well, right? So I'm also people watching. I'm just taking my time and I'm being in the moment, having fun, you know? And there were points toward the end where I started feeling it in my legs. So I took some time and I stopped and I walked a little bit, 10 steps, 15 steps maybe. And then I started running again. But the point is, this experience has reinforced in my mind the importance of presence in the moment. And when you are in the moment, not only will you eventually make it to the end, right, to the finish line, but more importantly, you will have an amazing time along the way. You will have an amazing time along the way. That is very important. Okay, that is what you want. So whatever it is that you want to do, you must have to start recognizing that once you start, success is there. It's already happened, right? You're not going to walk away from the race. You are going to make it. The time is insignificant. How long it takes doesn't matter. Whether you run or walk, that doesn't matter. Okay? What matters is that you finish. So keep that in mind for anything that you are doing, anything that you desire. All right? Just make the decision to do it and it is done. That is manifestation. Now, an interesting thing that happened to me is when I got back home, I went on my Instagram and I got a message. I got a DM. And I opened up the DM and it was from a young lady who was at the race as well. Now, with me, when I do things like this, I have t-shirts that say Dr. Abundant. I have a t-shirt that says Dr. Abundant on the back with a nice little quote that says transform your reality. And so I wear that because I feel like it's important. People can see it, read it. It's promotion, it's marketing. Now, what happened was when I opened up this DM, there was a young lady who said, hey, I was behind you as you were running your race and you were helping me to pace. So I ran with you halfway through the marathon. Okay. And I believe I lost her because I had to use the bathroom. So like at mile 7, there was a restroom that I had to go use and it was a line. So that took away maybe a minute or 2 out of my time. But that's probably when I lost her. So what's interesting though, is that she was behind me that whole time and I did not realize it because first off, I was in my bubble and I was in my space. I was being present and I was not focused on what was going on behind me. That's important as well. Recognize that when you're going through the things and you are focused and you're determined and you have a goal to achieve, the past doesn't matter. But also recognize that there are people watching you. That there are people watching you and that there are people who are just a little bit behind you, who are looking at you as support, looking at you as motivation, looking at you to help them along the way, whether you know it or not. So one, it's important to realize how you show up, right? Not only for yourself, but for other people. So that was profound for me and powerful for me. So I just wanted to share those things with you because I want you to understand how important it is to know how to process your journey and your ability to create whatever it is that you want, right? Whatever it is that you desire. You simply have to start. Start with the end in mind, meaning that when you start, you know your success is simply a matter of time. Don't worry about how long it takes. Just know that when you start, it is done. Now, also recognize when you are on your journey, many times people think, oh, nobody's supporting me. Nobody's paying attention. But people are. There are people paying attention. Okay. And I want to thank all those people who follow me on this channel, all the people, especially who subscribe to my newsletter, the people that message me. I thank you greatly. You are a big part of what keeps me going. I'm going to keep going regardless, but it helps to understand that people actually receive my message and actually feel supported, and that what I'm doing is helping, right? Supporting you. That's very important to me. That's what I want to do. That is my mission in life. Okay. So that is what I want to share with you today for my lesson of the day. Just keep going. Keep going. Be in the present moment. Okay. Create the lane, create the event, create the isolation of knowing this is what my life is about right now. Start knowing that you are finished. Okay. That finishing is imperative. You're done. It is. Okay. Don't get caught up in the difficulties of it. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that be a story that people create. Oh, it's not meant for me because it's difficult. It's going to be difficult because it's a change of who you once were. Okay. You are coming into who you truly are. So the transformation seems difficult in the beginning, but eventually it just simply is, right? And you just simply are existing, but enjoying the existence of the moment. All right. So reminder, download this book right now. I'm going to leave a link in the description for you to download this book for absolutely free. Read it a few sections at a time a day, maybe a few sections in the morning, a few sections at night. Very simple, but really profound. It's not like a complicated read, but it'll give you some insight as to how to think about consciousness and really awaken your spiritual well-being and consciousness. All right. So that is all today. Look forward though, with this series that I'm doing in this kind of format, I will be promoting a lot of new books and projects, a lot of which will be free. So if you follow me, please do subscribe as well. You're going to get a lot more stuff when you subscribe to my newsletter. That's very important. So let's keep it going. Let's keep creating. Let's keep recognizing who we are, who you are, and make sure that you don't let the outside world dictate what you and how you live. All right. Who you are and how you live. Make sure you are owning yourself and you recognize that you are the creator of all of this. Okay. So thank you so much. And please go to drabundant.com. I thank you. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.